Brody Brodingers, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. We are shopping on the discount aisle today, baby. That's right. We're not gonna spend too much money, but we're gonna be smelling freaking amazing.
Why do you smell so good?
It's because I did laundry.
Also, it is still unbelievably hot outside, so we're still keeping it fresh right now. I know before too long, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're gonna be going into fall. Gonna be able to bust out some of those ambery fragrances, some spicy stuff, but not right now. Also, I'll do a giveaway today. I'm not sure what, but we'll figure it out. So hang out here, we'll get to that in a little bit. First off, let's start with this scent right here. Azzaro Cologne Intense. It has been a New York minute since I've talked about this one. Excuse me while I get out some testes strips. Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've talked about this guy, but guess what? It is still really affordable. Yeah, like always. And it's kind of an interesting one. It's got that 3-note note breakdown. I know some of you out there actually love the 3-note note breakdown. I've seen it. I've seen the comments.
Sometimes I get a little quiet.
So you do you. There's got to be lovers for everything, right? So if I'm saying 3-note note breakdowns are annoying, you think that they're awesome, good. Because even 3-note note breakdowns need love from somebody, even if they're wrong. I'm just playing. Where am I? So in terms of that breakdown, it's got lavender, it has mastic, and it has lime. And that's it, there you go. Definitely under the radar. So I mean, you don't really have to worry about a lot of people out there wearing this one and copying your vibe, you know what I mean? Because it's just not really a well-known scent. First off, when it comes to Azzaro nowadays, it's pretty much wanted, the most wanted, forever wanted, all that stuff. And then also chrome. But the Homme fragrances, like this one, they get ignored. It's very sad. I'm not ignoring you today, bud. And also, you kind of match my shirt. This is cool. Good looking. What if I just put this bottle right here and green screen something cool onto it? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, weird. Or Jeremy Fragrance, what's up, bro? So in terms of how this comes across, it's been compared sometimes to Acqua di Gio Profondo Lights. You know, that kind of like aromatic meets citrusy fresh kind of vibe. That's what's going on with it. The staying power, pretty solid, all things considered, for a fragrance that is this inexpensive and that has cologne in the name, even though I guess technically it says Cologne Intense. It is very strange actually, because it's Cologne Intense and then it's an eau de toilette. So make up your mind. It is though really good smelling stuff, not really sweet or anything like that. So if you're a younger guy looking for something more in that style, this is probably not gonna work for you. But if you want that mix of fresh and clean with citrus, and as I said before, a touch of an aromatic vibe to it, that stuff is really good. Azour by Rayhaan. I do love the look. I really like the clean, like white outer casing. Plastic, but looks good. And then the blue bottle on the inside, that's really nice as well. Fragrance smells similar. Oh, I sprayed my hand. I tried to do the whole thing where you're not looking. It's totally cool. Yeah. Yep, got it. Smells similar to Dior Homme Cologne, which is one of the best summertime fragrances ever. Big issue with Dior Homme Cologne is performance is not fantastic. This one does have a bit of a boost there, a little bit of a pumped up vibe compared to the original. It's not a monster though. Like Azour does not fill up the room for me. That being said, it's not really the kind of fragrance that when you smell it, you would expect it to do that. So, you know, fair enough. I do think because of how this one was launched, that could potentially come back and bite it in the butt a little bit, because when it was first put out there, a lot of people were like, oh, it's 10 times stronger, 15 times stronger than Dior Homme Cologne. And that's kind of an exaggeration, but also kind of actually not an exaggeration. I think some people did actually say 10 times stronger. Which, to be fair, if it were 10 times stronger, holy crap. You just melt your skin. You'd look like one of those cartoons in Who Framed Roger Rabbit getting dipped into the ooze or whatever. Anybody remember that? Somebody's gonna remember that.
Oh my God, it's dead!
But it does have a little boost. So, you know, take what you can get, a little boost. It does smell really, really, really nice if you like citrus, especially lemon and bergamot. It's got kind of an iciness to it. People always say iced lemonade, super refreshing. The quality is actually really good as well. And if you can pick it up for a good price, man, you'll be smelling fantastic when it's hot outside, at least for as long as you can smell it. Nice. Brother man, check it out, Immensity. This is by Montagne. Got some notes on the front there, grapefruit, ginger, and ambroxane. So I'll give you one guess. What do you think Immensity smells similar to? What could it be? Immensity, La Immensity. It makes so much sense. Yeah, smells similar to the Louis Vuitton. So it's got aquatic notes, aromatic notes, it has a bunch of citrus off the top, that ginger as well. The way the ginger hits here is gonna be more of that, you know, like fresh, sweet, uplifting, brisk ginger. Not as much like the fresh, spicy, biting ginger, because it can kind of come across two different ways. Also sweetens up as it dries down. It's got ambroxan in here as it shows on the front, but also has labdanum in there as well, so you get kind of that, you know, ambery sweetness as it dries. Pretty good push on this one, actually. It lasts a good amount of time. Projection is really nice as well. Super understated as far as the look, but as far as the actual high quality alternatives to that Louis Vuitton, this is one of the absolute best. Nice. Now check it out. This one is a bonus. So there's actually gonna be 11 in here. CK1. Yeah, CK1. Ugh. That stuff still exists. People still wear that. Yes, actually. CK1 is dirt cheap and it still works. Now this is a green citrusy fragrance, okay? So it has a clear green aspect to it. Also soapy and clean. Good amount of floral notes in there, bit of musk as it dries down as well. Performance is not amazing. It's from a different time and place. So yeah, CK1 very different from most of the big scents nowadays, because a lot of them just absolutely scream in terms of performance. But this one is more subtle. Unless you wear it like people did back in the day and you just absolutely go ham with the trigger, and then they'll be able to smell you. You can make it work. Trust me, I've been there. The best thing about this though is it just leaves you smelling clean, fresh, and lightly sweet. Yes, it's been around the block. Yes, you've probably smelled this a bunch of times. But if you're looking for something on the cheap that can work really nicely when it's hot outside, CK1 still works. I don't care what anybody says, just like Drakkar Noir. Not for summer, not for summer. I mean, just in terms of it's still good. Drakkar Noir during summer, you psycho. I like you. I like the cut of your jib. The next fragrance is really good. But before that next fragrance, codes. Check it out, guys. The JOMASHOP codes, they haven't changed. They change every quarter. Here they are. They only work within the JOMASHOP app, so get that app, get those codes, save that money. Also have codes like 10% off at Fragflex anytime you shop there. That's a great code. Use that whenever you shop at Fragflex. 10% off, that's good. Also got Perfume Box, Beauty House, and more. So use those codes, save yourself some cash. So what fragrance is good? Well, Legend Spirit. Yes, good old Legend Spirit. Now, once upon a time, this stuff was hyped to the moon. Everybody talking about it. Everybody loving that nice looking Spirit bottle or something. I don't know. It's actually plain. Yeah, it's kind of plain, actually. But everybody was indeed talking about the LS. And the reason for that? Well, because it smells kind of similar to Invictus Aqua, the original Invictus Aqua. You may say, well, why does that matter? You can find Invictus Aqua. I mean, it's not cheap, but you can find it. Well, good friend, that's because once upon a time, Rabanne discontinued Invictus Aqua and then brought it back, but it didn't smell the same, and then they discontinued it again, and then they brought it back again, which is the current iteration. But for a long time there, many years, you couldn't really find that original Invictus Aqua vibe unless you wanted to pony up some good cash. You know, $200 plus was not unheard of. Enter Legend Spirit. This gave you the same kind of sweet, bubblegummy, fresh aspect as that one, only it was available at discount bin prices at discounters. Nice. This is a tester bottle. I have a few of the notes on the back here. Yeah, see that? How handy. Bergamot, pink pepper, lavender, aquatic accord, white musk, cashmere wood. Tester, not for sale. I hope the tester police don't come in after me. That man bought a tester, get on the ground! Scumbag, we hate people like you. Legend Spirit though, still to this day on the cheap. You can get that Invictus Aqua vibe. Nice compliment puller, smells great during the summertime. What is this? Uranus. Yeah, I'm a small child. I'm not afraid to admit it. And I remember growing up too, some people would be like, it's called Uranus. Like, it's not any better, dude. Uranus, own it, like it, enjoy it. This is Velixer, which nowadays you can find at Beauty House. Whew, strong, dude, friggin' strong. At least my strip is right here, I blasted it. Now I gotta admit, this right here, different than all the other fragrances up here, smells similar to Meteor by Louis Vuitton. Meteore, that's not how you say it. But yeah, it smells similar to that, but it has kind of a thickness to it. Yeah, your anus has some thickness to it. I feel like I maybe should have just not put this one in here, actually. But yeah, it's got a thickness to it. It does come across similarly to the Louis Vuitton. Really nice quality on here, but it's more of like an anytime fragrance. So like year round, potentially, not as much just straight up fresh and clean. But I do like it as kind of a change of pace, you know, compared to all the other ones up here today. So Uranus stays. Let's go mad cheap, dudes. Nautica Voyage. What are you doing here? Oh, it's the intense version. Never mind. This stuff must be unchained. It's crazy strong. They would never put intense on a fragrance that's not crazy strong. That just wouldn't make any sense. So is it really strong? It's a Nautica Voyage, so that means no. To be fair though, it is stronger than what you're gonna find in standard Nautica Voyage nowadays. See, I'm a lucky boy, and I bought my Nautica Voyage many years ago. Still smells great, by the way. But this was back when Nautica Voyage was high class. You see that? That's a heavy metal cap. Listen to this. Ooh, that's how these used to come, but then, you know, as time goes on, they cut corners, they cheap out, and now everything has this little crappy, dinky plastic cap. Ugh. So the modern plastic cap versions of Nautica Voyage don't pack quite the same punch that the older versions do. But again, that's where Voyage Intense comes in, because it actually is stronger than your standard Voyage nowadays. The one that you would find if you went to TJ Maxx or something and picked one up from there, or the internet, you know. And this is actually really similar in terms of smell to the original Voyage. You know, the green apple, the lotus, all of that. That's what you get here too, that aquatic kind of vibe. You just get a little extra push, a little bit. So that classic, clean, out of the shower, anytime kind of vibe, you get that here. And I think between the OG and the Intense, if you own neither one, if the price is comparable, you'd probably be better off getting this one. If the price is not comparable, like if you go somewhere and for some reason the original Voyage is like $18 and this one is 38 or 48, it's not worth that, okay? It's not worth that big of a leap. But if we're talking like 20 to 25, something like that, this one. Armaf Go Mango. Oh, excuse me, Odyssey Go Mango. Odyssey, you know, it's got the whole little thing. The thermos bottles, cool. So Odyssey Go Mango, a little bit interesting. You know, it doesn't get talked about a huge crazy amount, but it smells similar in a lot of ways to God of Fire and all of those fragrances in that style, of which there are a few thousand. But it is not as much of a one-to-one alternative to God of Fire as a lot of those ones are. This one is pumped on the mango, which I know, huge surprise that Odyssey Go Mango with the mango on top of the cap and all of the little mango cutouts in the bottle, or the pleather over the bottle, would have a ton of mango. That's crazy, but it does. It's like a pulpy, sweet, juicy mango. Like just a big blast when you spray this stuff on. Also has surprisingly solid performance as well. And if your girl or, you know, anybody who would be around you loves mango, they might just steal this bad boy from you. If they hate mango for some reason though, which why would you? That's weird. But if they do, actually just troll them with it, just blast them with it. Oh, you hate mango? Ooh, Montcler Sunrise Pour Homme, one of my personal favorites. Now, this guy is not as fresh as most of the other ones. Not that it isn't fresh, it definitely has fresh aspects to it, but it's not that kind of like, you know, Nautica Voyage, CK1, you know, fresh out of the shower kind of thing, or super brisk, Azul kind of thing. This is more like blue fragrance adjacent, you know, it's got some aromatic parts to it, little touch of citrus in there as well. Got a little vetiver, got a little incense, got a little suede, and I know you hear that and you think, well, none of those notes really sound all that fresh. And again, it's not hyper fresh, but it is in that wheelhouse of, you know, fragrances like Bleu de Chanel, Dior Sauvage, Montblanc Explorer, slash Aventus, you know, things like that. It's not the same as those either, but I would say if you enjoy those fragrances, you'll probably enjoy this. It does a lot of the same things. And one other thing about this, it's not crazy cheap. You can find it for about $55. The reason I have it in here is because it is one of those ones that I have found myself reaching for over the years, ever since I got it, and just really liking it as like a day-to-day scent. And at that price point, again, about $55, I would take this over Sauvage, over Bleu de Chanel, over a lot of the more expensive blue type fragrances because I think it's you know, a little more interesting because it's not as played out and it's typically more affordable. So, and I make the rules, so it stays. And also that's why CK1 is in as bonus fragrance. So technically I can be like, well, that one is in here, it's a bonus. Check it out, guys. It's Lacoste White. Yeah, it's this generic freak of a fragrance right here. It works. And I'm going to admit that I actually really liked some of the Lacoste fragrances when they had just like this bottle style and they had all the different colored ones. They had like black and yellow and red and blue and green and all that stuff. I thought it was cool. I mean, they were Lacoste, so they didn't like smell crazy expensive or anything, but they were good. Actually, yellow I thought was pretty nice. It's like little summertime fragrance, like a cheap little throw in your bag and go kind of vibe. Not bad, not bad. I mean, Lacoste, if you accept it for what it is solid. And what Lacoste is, and what that thing is that Lacoste is basically fragrances that have a little touch of classiness to them, because of the whole polo thing, that are sporty at their heart usually, that are easy to wear, potentially compliment pulling, and also probably not gonna push boundaries too much. Gonna be pretty safe. Now this is obviously the one that kicked off all the flankers because there's like 15,000 different Lacoste White fragrances at this point. And depending on where you look, the price on this can be pretty nice, like really nicely affordable, and other times more like mid-range. You don't wanna go for it mid-range. In terms of the scent itself, it has a ylang-ylang in there, it has grapefruit, nice citrus off the top, has a little bit of a woodiness as it dries down, and a touch of leather and some aromatic notes as well. Just good stuff. Let's finish. Chrome Extreme. We start with Azzaro, we end with Azzaro. This one smells similar to Acqua di Gio Profondo. So if you want to scratch that itch on the cheap and you want to stay in the designer realm, this right here is the one to get. And because it has that Acqua di Gio similarity, to me, this is one of those like really anytime you want fragrances. I know Acqua di Gio and anything that smells kind of similar to that gets lumped into summertime, you know, summertime only. But nah, you can rock this stuff whenever you want, especially if you're going somewhere air conditioned, you know, middle of winter, who cares? Go ahead and rock this. Fantastic little cheapie. All right, let me find something to give away. I've given a couple of these away, just one left to give away. King of Kings Royal Noir Parfum. If you want to be entered in the giveaway for this, all you have to do is the usual stuff. Be subscribed to the channel, leave me a like, and leave a comment letting me know your go-to cheap freshie. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker posted up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up. I will ship this out to you. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.